Hello, good evening, my friends. Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? Indrani Mondal, Shubho Sandhya. Am I audible? Am I audible? I am not being able to open my handset. Some problems is there. It is not coming in my handset. But yes, sir, I'm audible. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I'll start. I am starting now. Today, I have told you I will discuss on what I have noted in last 24 hours in my Facebook. My one note is a document from the Russian scholars after perestroika, that is after the collapse of the USSR. And from there I will show you one of the examples how much the British was afraid of Netaji, and also how much they are afraid of the fact that the revolutionaries like Netaji, Subhash Chandra, their philosophy was based on the philosophy of Hinduism. The philosophy of the revolutionaries like Rasbihari Bose, Aurobindo, Netaji Subhash Chandra, and many others, whose base was the philosophy of Hinduism, the heritage of Bharatvarsha, history and heritage. British was very much afraid. They are very afraid about the term Hindu. Not only British, their agents in India, like Gandhi Nehru's, were very much afraid. They are very intolerant to the concept of Hinduism, the Hindu heritage, the science, the wisdom in the Hindu texts. Not only that, in the same line, in today's, all the members of the group under the umbrella of India, INDIA, all SIKU, MARKU, CONGU parties are basically anti-Hindu parties. I'll start. Before going into the document from Russia, I am reading some lines which I have placed in my Facebook already. Number 1. The Abrahamic religion, the religious imperialist forces, their minds are always frightened on the very sound, very word Hindu, very much afraid. Either Christian imperialists or Islamic imperialists, very much afraid of the word, of the sound Hindu, very much afraid. And the second one I will go to the background. On June 29th, 1942, the English ambassador in Moscow, Archibald Carr, handed over a letter of the government of England to the government of Soviet Union, their foreign minister, V.M. Molotov, describing what he described? Subhash Chandra Bose, the notorious political Hindu agitator, may use your land to grow from Europe to Japan. Yet the descriptions try to catch him, try to catch him, try to prevent him from using your land from in a journey from Europe to Japan. The term Hindu. They are very British is so much afraid. I will go to the again details of that background of this letter. British got frightened when reawakening of Bharat started in the line of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda on the path of Hindu concepts, Hindu philosophy and Hindu heritage. British was very afraid. British, there are many revolutionaries, many groups, but there are groups of the revolutionaries whose philosophy came from the Hindu philosophy, Hindu heritage, Hindu concepts. Of them British was very much afraid, because this philosophy of the revolutionaries is deep rooted, very deep rooted, not superficial. The these groups of revolutionaries was maximum danger to the British imperialism. Mahakal in one area has told to his disciple on 25th November 1966, which is published in the Mahakal Kathon. In the Western world, there is deep conspiracy. The ghost of the word Hindu is deep inside their brains. You don't know how much conspiracy is going on against the Hindu. They are very afraid of the term Hindu, this 5-letter word. They are very afraid of this 5-letter word. Again, the Abrahamic agents of the Abrahamic imperialism, either Christian or Islamic, the agents of this imperialist forces like Sonia Maino, Chidambaram, coined word Hindu terrorism to humiliate majority of Bharat who are Hindus. They during UPA time they coined the word Hindu terrorism. Even at that time they tried to incriminate Lieutenant General S.K. Sinha, the top generals of Indian Army. Do you know who was this S.K. Sinha? A very patriotic man, a straight cut man. He was in the highest position in one of the regions of Indian Army, and in the second senior most person. After the retirement of the chief of the army, he was naturally the man to be the chief of the army. But as he was a very straight cut man, very honest man, the Congress government did not allowed him to be the chief of the army, and on humiliation he resigned. But this man was so efficient man in the Congress government, and subsequent governments was compelled to use him as governor of Kashmir in the most troubled period of Kashmir, and also as governor of Assam, as to tackle the most troubled period of Assam. And that time in 99, I know, he has got a research work, a survey about the infiltration in millions from Bangladesh into India, and their terrorists are infiltrating. He placed a paper to the government of India. That is the cause of anger of Congress government, and the Congress tried to incriminate him in the Malegaon blast case as a Hindu terrorist. Then Islamic and Christian imperialism are frightened in the rise of BJP, Modi, Yogi in Bharat, and Akash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard in USA, who are self-declared practicing Hindus. Practicing Hindus. They're very afraid, very afraid. And let me, and you know the some very honest, very sincere atomic scientists in India, and missile scientists in India, very top. They tried to advance these projects of atomic projects and missile projects. And this was not liked by so-called seculars and Congress people. And enemies of India definitely did not like it. At least 1 dozen of top atomic scientists and missile scientists of India has mysteriously died, has been killed. And those secular governments in Delhi never made an FIR, not to speak of an investigation. Now we'll go to the background. Before going to the background, from Mahakal Kathan one statement. In the West, their scholars are very much afraid of the term Hindu, very much afraid. My innermost information is this word, the ghost of this word is deep inside their brain. They are very afraid of this term Hindu, very afraid. I've explained one day, because their scholars know the concept of the Hindu texts, where there is science, technology, metallurgy, applied psychology, astrophysics, mathematics, surgery, medicine, gynecology, physics, chemistry, everything. From here the Western world got it, West Asia got it, and from West Asia Europe got it. Whatever civilization's knowledge of the West Asia is to a large extent borrowed from this Bharat, and whatever the knowledge origin to a large extent from the West Asia. In that way, the mother of all sciences is Bharat. Not only that, mother of modern languages of the all Europe, European countries, is Sanskrit. They agree to it. And the moment if this is established throughout the world that This is the fact. These Hindu texts are the origin of this knowledge and languages in Europe. That's a disgrace to them. They cannot claim that they're the original founders of these foundations of this European knowledge. Then I will come back again to that document from Russia. Yes. That document from Russia. Yes. That is an article written by European scholar. The headline is Subhash Chandra Bose in Germany. Subhash Chandra Bose in Germany. The Russian scholar, the name is A.K. Raikov. Definitely originally this article was in Rus language. This is translated into English and this is published in Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Commemoration Volume, Scottish Church College, a tribute in the centenary year of Scottish Church College. There is a document. Let me read this document first. Then I will explain the background of it. The huge article. Yes. On June 29th, 1942, the English ambassador in Moscow, Archibald Carr, handed over an appeal to the English government to the Soviet Minister for External Affairs, V.M. Molotov, the full text of which is given below. It is natural that আমি আধ ঘন্টা পরে কথা বলছি রে the full text of which is given below. It is natural that London would not have started hunting for its own agent. In India, there are some so-called scholars who tried to spread a story that it is British police who transported Subhash Bose out of this India into Europe. The theory is there. Here the Russian scholar is telling, if it is really, then why the British is so much anxious about its movements, either from India to Europe or from Europe to Asia? Why British is so much afraid? Why trying to trace him? Quote, His Majesty's government of UK have good reason for believing that Subhash Chandra Bose, the notorious political Hindu agitator who is now in Germany and was recently reported in press and radio reports to have been received by Hitler, is shortly planning to leave for Far East. Bose, who spent some time in Germany before the present war, is well known for his pro-fascist views. It is, remember the word, pro-fascist views, and it is of considerable importance to the Allied cause that he should not succeed in reaching Far East. While there is no definite information as to his route, it seems likely that he will try to travel across the Soviet Union, possibly via Turkey or Afghanistan. Across Soviet Union, possibly via Turkey or Afghanistan. Across Soviet Union. It is possible that Bose, who is an adept in disguise, might well be sent as Japanese diplomatic courier. His descriptions is as follows: age 45, height 5 foot 9 inches, dark eyes, dark hair, small dark mole in center of forehead, ordinarily clean shaven, but might grow beard and attempt to pass as a Mohammedan. He is highly educated, speaks perfectly English and German, but knows no other European language, and does not speak Arabic, Iranian, or Turkish. It is of greatest importance that the British government's knowledge of Bose's intention should not reach the enemy, and especially the Japanese. His Majesty's government would be grateful if the Soviet government would take all possible steps to watch for any attempt by Bose to enter the territory of Soviet Union, and in the event of his so doing, to detain him. Meanwhile, Hitler, yes, remember the background. Number one, what is number one? He may use the Soviet land. Warning. Number two warning. He is telling Russian government, that is communist government of USSR, that remember, this Subhas Bose is a pro-fascist man, a pro-Hitler. He is pro-fascist. You are communist. He is pro-fascist. Catch him. He is your enemy. He is your enemy. He is my enemy, also your enemy. Catch him. He is your common enemy. Catch him. This he is poisoning the brain of trying to poison the USSR by raising the feeling that Bose is a pro-fascist man. But it is so, this is called defamation campaigning. Create the anger, hate in the minds of the communists in Moscow against Subhas Bose. This is a very good, intelligent campaigning of the cunning British. And also warning, he may use your land, USSR, to travel towards Far East Asia. But at that time, in Berlin, there are so many British agents. They have caught those news that, because remember, it was never, the Germany was not the first target of Netaji. His first target in this side was Russia, and this Asia side Japan. But that time Japan was not eager to receive him. He went to the west, to the European side. And when Russia told him it is not possible for Russia, USSR to help him, then he was compelled to go to Germany. And also his going to Germany was with the help of the USSR, because at that time there was friendship between, no aggression pact between USSR and Germany. But the moment Netaji saw that Germany has made a mistake, diplomatic mistake, by attacking USSR, Netaji lost all interest to stay in Berlin. He immediately told both Italy and German government to arrange to send him to East Asia. And this information British agent got. And that time, very secretly, Netaji was planning 3 ways. Either by plane from Rome to Rangoon, and there was 14 flights tried as rehearsal, also submarine route and land route. The land route was, what is the land route possible? From Germany to neutral land Switzerland, from neutral land Switzerland to USSR, from USSR straight horizontally towards, from west to east, Vladivostok, from there to Japan. These 3 voyages were being arranged. British intelligence got this mail, and here is the compulsion And you see, this is why the British government has wrote this letter, and letter is being handed over by the British ambassador in Moscow to the foreign minister of USSR. This is the background. Is it clear to you? And the word is Hindu agitator. All the British and the deep state of USA who are against India, and the SIKU Congus in India, all the member parties in the broad headline of India, all are enemies of India, enemies of Bharat. They are all basically anti-Hindu. Basically, they are non-nationalist and anti-nationalists. And inside, they are all enemies of Netaji. Good evening, sir. Joydev. Pranatosh Babu, Bidyasagar. Dishatoborshako. Okay. Indrani. Sanatana Dharma is a great accumulation of knowledge. It is not the dictation from the lips of a single person. Yes. In the world, only this text has got the wisdom of all sciences, all possible knowledges under the sun. No other religion, neither Quran nor Bible has got the knowledge of science. And Hinduism, Hindu texts are not the text of religion. This is dharma. Has not come from lips of any particular being. This is the accumulation of knowledge, human knowledge, in ages. It is a treatise. But either Quran or Bible, these are the some slokos or whatever, some dictations of a particular human being. Do it or do not eat. There is no reasoning. There is no reasoning. No rationality. All dictations. Do it or do not eat. Do not do it. Do not do it. Don't do it and do it. The dictations. There is no rationality, no argument, no scope of questioning. In Bible or in Quran, there is no scope of questioning, no scope of rationality. But in our Hindu text, there is evolution in centuries. Always a scope of asking a question, an argument, and then accumulation of knowledge. Let me stop here. How much time? 30 minutes. Look, let me stop here today. Then one day I will again come back to this politics in the subcontinent, international. But one day I am still convinced. For many years, for last 30 years, I am almost every year, 10 times I write in my Facebook. Congress was founded by a white British person. Congress was created by a white British person. Congress will die in the hands of another white. Italian, Sonia Maino, and her half Italian son and daughter. And that is going to happen. Many a time I have told, the SIKU, MARKU, CONGUs, all brands of communists can never be nationalist, can never love our soil. They are traitors, anti-Hindus. I'll again come back one day. Bangladesh politics, Pakistan politics, international situations, how the geography of South Asia will evolve. in the line of the Hindu heritage, the ancient our heritage, our Sanatana heritage. New Bharat will be built up on the foundation of our Hindu heritage, our heritage of Sanatana Dharma, which is very much inclusive, is never exclusive. There is question of arguments, discussions. There is scope of questioning. Nowhere this scope is. Nowhere else this scope is. In our Hindu concept, there is a place of democracy, place of socialism, and all sciences, and all disciplines of arts, all disciplines of sciences. Yes, Devjit, there are many persons, many ladies and boys, are men and women, are using a Hindu name, camouflaging. They are basically anti-Hindus. They are either Christians or Islamists, using Hindu name. There are dozens of persons. I have told one day series of them. They are basically anti-Hindus. Many persons. Do you know that D. Raja, who is the Communist Party All India Secretary for decades, is not a Hindu. N. Ram, one time the very mighty editor of the Hindu magazine from South India, N. Ram, is a Christian. Nehru is a Muslim. Indira Gandhi, Muslim. Prannoy Rai, Christian. Using the name, Hindu name, they are killing, destroying the interest of the majority Hindus of Bharat. They are the agents of the foreign masters. Thank you. Good night.